Om Nama Shivaya. Welcome to Om Nama Shivaya YouTube channel. Today, in extension of our spirituality series Success, we're going to talk about rebirth. What is rebirth and why we say the concept of rebirth exists, and what is the reason for rebirth and what we can learn from the concept of rebirth and how it influences whether we have success in our current life or not, and how we can use the law of rebirth how we can use the law of rebirth to our advantage, and how we can influence the success that we achieve or we earn, as we mentioned in our last episodes. So one of the main reasons for many atheists to deny existence of God, I mean, they're not able to disprove, but they deny existence of God, is that if God is so compassionate, why do we see so much suffering on this earth? That's the main contention, if you like, of those people who cannot accept the existence of God, or those people who accepted the existence of God are not able to answer this question, why there is so much suffering on this earth, and if God exists, this shouldn't be happening. So this rebirth concept answers that very, very vital question, and this is the question that everyone needs answer for, in order for them to have faith in an entity called God. And just to give you a little bit of spiritual, historical background to this rebirth concept, every religion that originated from India have always accepted the concept of rebirth, be it Hinduism, Buddhism, or Jainism. They all accept the concept of rebirth. None of the Judaic religions accept the concept of rebirth. The reason being that they believe the soul is created by God. And one of the main concept behind all the religions that originated from India is that God is separate from the souls, and God did not, I repeat, did not create the souls. Souls eternally existed, and the God is helping the soul to reach the godhood. This is the main concept in all the Indian-based religions. And for whatever reason, and I do not know the reason, for whatever reason, the Judaic religions do not believe this concept of ever-existing soul, or at least most of the sects of these Judaic religions do not believe that. But there are signs, there are places, even in Bible, that point to the concept of rebirth. And also in Greek philosophy, there are places where the rebirth is brought up, analyzed by philosophers. For example, the philosopher and mathematician Pythogarous as had proposed that souls take multiple births, and he called it Psycho Metamorphosis. And there are sayings in Bible that ask Jesus, in one of the places Jesus is asked, "Are you the Elias?" So they're referring to the concept of reincarnation of Elias as Jesus in his current life. So what I'm trying to say is that most religions, including Christianity, have taught about this idea of rebirth. And this rebirth is real, but just for now, for argument's sake, if we take away the concept of rebirth, then all the allegations, all the complaint, all the denials of God being compassionate will become true. So we are saying, okay, I don't believe that rebirth exists, and we say, okay, rebirth is it. Then we need to answer the question, how can you call your God compassionate? How can he be so cruel that we see people born crippled? So we see people born with disformity. So how is that possible? Now, let's go back to the rebirth concept. So the rebirth concept comes out of this main tenet of any, if not all religion, is that God is helping the soul to come out of the misery. Correct? So that is the main concept of any religion. So if you're a Christian, you believe that Jesus saves you from the sins. Correct? And if you're an Mohammedan, you believe that Allah will take you along with Him, and then you'll be taken in heaven. If you're a Hindu, then you believe that you go to the heaven, or depending on which sect of Hinduism you are following, you become God in some sects, and you in some other sects you become part and parcel of the God, and in some sects you are the God and you go back to your Godhead. So that is the concept. So here we have to separate two entities. One entity is God, which is only one, and other entity are the souls, which are many, and these souls have different level of intelligence or maturity. So what God does is that He assigns a body to a soul. So your soul was assigned a body very first time, right? So your soul intelligence did not was in darkness or ignorance, without any sensory perception, and it was attaching itself to the darkness or ignorance because it knew not any better. It did not know what an sensory perception is. It did not have enough intelligence to be able to reach God, let alone to experience the world. So God gives this soul and a body, through which it can get sensory perceptions. So let's assume you were many births ago, like infinite number of births ago, you were given the body of a grass. So this grass has got only one sensory perception, which is touch. So this grass was able to learn this knowledge of, say, touch. So it knows that a touch can give it a positive experience, or it can also give a negative experience. So by the breeze touching the grass, it felt really good. The soul can experience. That is the difference. Soul can experience the sensory perceptions, while God does not experience or does not go through this migration, psycho migration, because it is always complete. So, but soul, on the other hand, had to go through step by step to get to the level of knowledge. And you can see that in your current life. You can see that some people, you've gone to your school, and you can see that some kids able to grasp the concept so quickly. When the teacher teaches, they're able to grasp it very quickly, while other kid is not able to grasp. But the other kid is able to do good in arts, but not in academically, mathematically, or scientifically. He's not able to grasp things as well. So for one has to reach the sainthood or godhood, one has to have experienced all of it and transcend it. So it is not denying these experiences. So the people who say you have to basically deny to get to the next level, you can never do that, because what you haven't experienced, you cannot let go. So you have to go through all the experiences for you to be able to go to the transcendent state of not wanting to experience any of that, because you know what that experience is, and you are over with it. You are overcome that experience. So you are not in the need of that experience, right? So understand this concept. So for you to go through all the experiences, one birth is not enough, because we are talking about a level of knowledge that God has. For you to get that level of knowledge or the state of godhood, you must have gone through all the experiences that is ever there, and then give up on them. Do not feel a need, an attachment or obsession on those experiences. That is when you are ready to receive God's knowledge, and that is the reason you take multiple births in order to achieve the level of maturity that is ripe enough for you to get it. There are school of thoughts like monism that says you are always blissful, you are always graceful, you just have to look into it and you can get it immediately. While that is true, it is your soul is capable of reaching that level, but it is not it is not always given to you. Even when you were born as a grass, you don't have that all blissful state. You don't have that. You have to go through all the stages to come to that stage. If that is the case, if anybody can just look for it and get it, then everybody would get it, because it is a state anybody would want to do. And the very purpose of rebirth is for you to get to that state. So it is important for you to get to that state, and that is what everybody wants to do. Everybody wants to be happy all the time. Isn't that right? So that is the reason we have rebirth. And that is the reason you see differences in levels of maturity in people, and you see differences in what they get. So if you're born into a royal family, of course you get, lots of material experiences. But you're not born there. You're born into a normal family, middle class family, then you're going to go through those experiences. But we need to understand that every birth that we take is given to us rightly, because that is the experience that the God wants us to have, and we have to go through those experiences, and you have to look for lessons to learn or knowledge to be gained through those experiences. So suddenly all your problems comes as an opportunity to go to the next level. So that is why the karma in relation to the rebirth is so beautiful, because you, no matter what the experiences are, no matter what the situations are, bad or good, both serve the same purpose of taking you to the next level. So when there is a tragedy that happens to you, then you look into it as, okay, this is a tragedy that I've been given, and there is something that I want, God wants me to learn from this tragedy. So what is it I want to learn? So you meditate on that, and you find out, okay, this is what I want to learn. And when there is an success or something that you've been wanting for a long time has come to you, now you go through that experience, you feel happy about that, okay? But at the same time, you say, okay, I've been given this, so I have to basically not waste this opportunity that I've got. So I've been blessed with something, so I need to look into it. Okay, what is that I should be doing with this blessing? Should I just be selfish and experience it myself and don't worry about others? Or should I go and probably help somebody else because I'm in a position of helping others? And so I should go and help. So just notice that I'm not saying that you must go and help other people. No, I'm just saying that when you look at it in that same perspective as you looked at a tragedy, when you look at the blessing, the same perspective, then you basically come to the same position of what do I do with this, right? So what most people do is that when they have a tragedy, they feel bad about the tragedy, and I'm not saying not to feel bad about it. Yes, you have to feel bad about it because it's a tragedy, and you cannot be like a rock without any emotions, right? And you have to go through that experience, no doubt, but you have to step back after that and then say, okay, I need to learn something from this. This is something that dealt with, and for a reason. What is the reason? So I need to meditate upon it. And same fashion, exactly same fashion, when you're blessed with something, you got to say, oh, you enjoy it. Then you say, okay, there's something that I need to do with these blessings. And what is that? And it could be helping somebody else, or it could be enhancing your own spiritual growth. Could be anything. But my point is that you need to look at that in exactly same critical fashion like you look at your tragedy. So I'm not saying that do not feel bad when a tragedy happens. Yes, you have to go through the emotions, no doubt. Do that, and blessings, go through the emotions, do that. But for both of them, step back and then analyze, okay, what is that I need to get out of this, and then go forward. So hopefully this has been a useful episode on rebirth, and I'm going to do next episode, which is basically putting all the points that we have discussed in last three, including this one, episodes, and I'm going to provide a conclusive episode where we will basically list down the points that we discussed in the 3 episodes so far, and how we earn success in our life. Thank you very much. Please do subscribe and please do comment, and if you like the video, please do click the like button. The reason I'm asking you to comment, like or dislike and subscribe is that it gives me a sense of purpose, number one. So I feel connected in a way to you, and I'm able to communicate to you in a direct fashion almost. So do that, and then please do comment, and that will give me some idea about whether I'm being relevant to you, or I'm being useful to you. So I want to know, I want your feedback on whether I'm useful or not. And if you feel that I need to improve on anything, please do let me know, and I will try and accommodate any requests that you might have. Thank you very much.